Hello, everyone. Can y'all hear me? Hey, Queen Fire, how's it going? If you all can hear me, let me know. Okay. No problem, Eva. Okay, that's good. There's the link. As you can see in my title, I want to talk about feminism. And the question is feminism solely for white women? Now, my take on the movement, I believe in the sentiments of it. I mean, I do believe in gender equality. So yeah, I do somewhat consider myself a feminist in that regard. There's certain aspects I don't agree with, but you're never going to agree with any movement 100%. And a lot of people say feminism is for white women, and I have to disagree because Black women been for women's rights way before it was even called feminism. Hey Eva, how's it going?
Hey, Harley Quinn. You know what? I gotta say something about you, Harley Quinn.
Hey Eva, your mic is slow.
Oh, okay. Let me. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, your mic.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Um.
Your mic is kind of low. You have to fix it.
Okay. Give me a minute. I'll be back.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Just close it. So yeah. Anyways. Yeah. No, I don't agree because Black women been fighting for women's rights before it was even called feminism. And this goes way back to 19th century. Like, look at Sojourner Truth. She came up with a speech, "Ain't I a woman?" She was what you would consider today a feminist. Harriet Tubman was a feminist. Ida B. Wells was a feminist. Hell, even Frederick Douglass was a feminist. Now, in the early stages of feminism, when it was just solely on trying to get voters' rights, Yeah, it was some racism in that movement because they wanted, they was looking out for white women, and Frederick Douglass didn't agree with them trying to get rights than a black person. Yeah. Hey, girl.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing? I'm all right.
You know what? I love you to death because you do be playing with me a lot.
How?
You do play.
Really?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Okay, give me examples. Give me examples.
Okay, okay. Um, when it has something to do with a real topic, and I have no clue about it, um, you do play a trick game on it.
Mm. Well, I like speaking on controversial things.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You do that. You do that. You do. And you're a good candidate for it. No,
Oh shit. Yeah, they got turned
yeah,
off.
yeah. You know what, Harley Quinn, you quick on the draw on that one. So
Oh
like,
yeah. They're trying
yes,
to porn bomb me. Honey, I got their ass.
yes, yes, yes.
So
And
yeah.
so,
So
I,
what you're saying?
well, what I do know is that you are very, you are a prissy black girl.
Yeah, I am. That I am.
That's, and you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I love you to death.
Oh, well,
I love
likewise.
you to death. At times you do be picking on me. You do
I
pick
do
on me.
not pick on you.
Yes, you do. You do.
How? I don't.
Like sometimes like I do be dumbfounded in some things on, you know what, in some situations that I don't know, that you know, that I don't know, that like that you be point. Like, but I love you to death, though. I love you, girl. I love you,
Uh,
girl.
likewise. So what do you think about the topic?
Well, like you come up with the best topics. You
Yeah, I
come up,
do. Yeah.
you do come up with the best topics, and not only that, you go for you do mash the gas on, you know, on these dumb niggas and dumb bitches. And these dumb gummy bitches. Oh my god. Oh my god. Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Today, 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 I'm like, hey, guess what? This
What?
gum dummy, I'm a gum dummy. And like, let's be, but you're the smartest black girl I know.
I've been told that.
Yeah, you are the smartest black girl that I know. So, ooh,
Smart.
mm, ew.
So yeah, so back to whole feminism topic. Yeah, it's I don't agree that feminism is solely for white women just because white women take something from black women don't make it solely theirs because black
Mhm.
women been fighting, we've been fighting since the dawn of fucking time. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that is so true.
Yeah.
That is really true. You know, cause you know, with that, I ain't got no problem with smacking a bitch up.
Keep doing that nasty shit.
I
Nasty
just hope they got a
asses.
little snort.
Like, do they think that's attractive? Did I ask to see y'all dicks? Ugh.
Ugh.
Like,
Mm.
let a female ass. Like, damn.
Mm.
Shit. Just got they dicks out.
My God. Oh my God. Hey, look at this. Ew. 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 Look at this nigga. Ew.
But yeah, I can bring up an incident where white women were looking out for themselves during the voting rights. Like there was an incident where they wanted all the black women to walk behind them while they were protesting because they didn't think they thought it would be distracting to their movement and shit. So yeah, they've been selfish,
Mm.
looking out for
Mm.
solely themselves and not all women.
Mm-hmm. Like, of course you know about that, and I know about that, and we know about that, and I feel like ill and fuck them white bitches.
Right, and just because they try to run shit don't mean feminism isn't for black women or any other group of women for that matter.
Mm. But see, you're a model. You're a black model, so you're slim and trim, nice shape of figure. So white women ain't gonna have a problem with that.
Well, they're intimidated by any black
Yeah.
woman who's intelligent,
Mm-hmm. Of
speak
course.
speak proper,
Yes.
what have you.
Yes. Of course they are. Not only that, but if a black girl is raised in a church and here comes this white bitch, so mm.
But yeah, I don't got none against white chicks. It's just give us our flowers, man. Have some respect when and stop treating us like we don't matter. That's all I ask. Oh, BSC 1 2 says before you have black feminism, there needs to be black racial equality first, which requires both sex. And I agree. I mean, I'm all for the betterment of my race, which is the black man and the black woman. And then even in other movements, like the black movement, they discriminate against women. So that's something to think about as well. Like, I don't know if you know this, but it was more black women in the Black Panther movement, believe it or not. Hey,
How you doing? I got a quick question.
okay.
Do you believe that the black man and the black women
Do I believe what about them?
do they belong to each other?
I believe there should be harmony between the sexes.
Right, but do we as black Americans belong to each other as black Americans? Should I be beholden and constricted to only dating black women?
No, you should date anyone. Listen, anyone can date whoever they want to date.
Right. So is it a problem though if black men and or black women date outside of their race inside of America?
It shouldn't be.
Right. So From your perspective, what seems to be the problem when there is interracial coupling?
It goes on both sides. People have a problem who black men date and vice versa.
No, it's not about it goes on both sides. I'm asking you, Harley, from your perspective, from your vision, what seems to be the problem?
Hmm. Well,
Gonna take a while. You know what, Harley?
yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, it's a lot to think about. Yeah.
I'm gonna give
Um,
you some time. I'm gonna bother you in about 3 to 4 days. Let you think about that question.
hmm.
We could dwell on that. To what
Yeah.
real problem? What is the mental? In fact, Cynthia G says it perfectly. What is the pathology that is leading us towards this dynamic? So, Harley, I'm gonna highlight you in about a few days. I'm gonna give you something to think about. What is the pathology that leads us to believe we should be together and or we shouldn't be together?
You should be with whoever you're vibing with, really.
That's cute. That's great. That's like Fox News rhetoric. It sounds
I'm just saying.
it sounds good on paper, but when you move forward, it just doesn't resonate properly inside certain communities. So again, I'll highlight you in about 3 days, let you consolidate the thoughts, highlight the people in the chat, and then we can talk about this shit on some relative shit. That's cool?
All right, cool.
My girl. I'm gonna highlight at y'all, man. That was fun.
All right. Peace. So yeah, back to feminism. Yeah, like I can name so many black women who identify as feminists. Angela Davis. It's countless women, black women who were in the movement. And then you have another movement that's similar to feminism called womanism. That's similar, but it's solely about black women and the black race in general. You say blacks can't handle interracial dating is the problem. Too much self-hate and insecurity to be mature about it. Exactly, like that's what I don't understand. You can date whoever you want, but like don't down your race and have some pride about yourself. You know what I mean? Still love you despite you dating outside your race. Still love yourself. Like no race is better than the other. We're all at the end of the day human race. We're all part of that. You talking about Cola Booth? Hey Elm, how's it going? Yeah, Cola Booth, she was kidnapped by Bin Laden. Alice Walker, she's the one that came up with womanism. And Alice Walker is the same woman who wrote The Color Purple. Like personally, I don't have nothing against interracial relationships. Anyone should be able to date whoever they want. Just don't down your race or feel like the person you're dating is better than your own race. Just know that there are people just like everyone else at the end of the day. We all have flaws. Bin Laden was also obsessed with Whitney Houston. Like he wanted to kill Bobby Brown just to have Whitney Houston. That was wild. Anyone else want to come on the panel and talk about the topic? understand, like, nowadays, people treat the word feminism itself as a dirty word. Like, people are just, they seem scared to even admit that they're a feminist. Like, they don't want to say the word, but they'll have talking points that directs to quote unquote feminism. Like, if you believe in gender equality, then yeah, you're a feminist. Says white people in general really don't want equality. That would mean the system they benefit from will no longer exist, like BSC 12 said. Exactly. White society want to keep up with the white privilege, man. They don't want to dismantle shit. They love being on top. They don't want to share shit with other people. They just always want to be on top. Like, even in feminism, like, a lot of those women, those white women were racist. In fact, they were offended that the black man got the vote before them. But here's the kicker. The black woman couldn't vote, but the black man can because he was a man. Only men can vote at that time. And even when the 19th Amendment was passed, black women still couldn't vote despite of being a woman. So we still we always gotta fight being black and a woman at the same damn time. Like, we have all this intersection, multiple identities in this motherfucker. Says, I believe black women alone should have their own feminist movement if we gonna be feminists. Yeah, there's actually black feminism / womanism, so that's kind of our form of feminism.
I got a question.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the fact that black women couldn't vote, but black men could. But when we could vote, it was 3/5 of a law. So our acknowledgement of voting was just because the Southern people wanted to have an upper hand. However, white women nor black women could vote at that time. Why do y'all put that on black men as if we were the ones who initiated that objective?
No, I'm not saying that. It's just back then women didn't have rights. So because
but was it specifically black women, or was it all women?
It was all women that didn't have any rights.
So why are black men chastised and predominantly put forward as the progenitors of not giving women their votes and their rights when it's not our country, it's not our laws, it's not our structure? Why are we chastised? Why are people divesting from a community that we didn't create?
No, we're not blaming the black man. We're just stating a fact, because they are the reason why they got the vote, because they were a man.
Right.
When no women had any rights.
We got the vote. 3/5 of us counted, not all of us. So initially, we weren't even counted properly as men. We were fractionalized, right? Before women even got a chance to vote, white or black. We got a chance to vote, but we were fractionalized in our votes. Why is that? Why
Hold on a second. I gotta take this call. Hold on a second. I'll be back. Hold on a second.
Okay, yeah. So 3/5 of a law, that doesn't mean that, that means that 5 people would vote and 3 of you niggas would count. How is that the black man's problem when that was the white man's law in order to promote the voting rights of the South, i.e. now we have the Electoral College? Why are black men blamed for this structure that was put in place prior to any kind of halfway justice that we try to put forth in this country. I gotta ask those questions. Well, I love everybody's debates and suggestions. They keep putting this shit on the black man when the black man didn't make the laws. The laws made the black man. Mm.
Okay, I'm back with y'all. So what you were saying, V-Dub?
Oh, my fault. Let me repeat this again, and I'm gonna just simplify it. I think the problem is that a bunch of these laws were created, and they created the black man. And I feel like the laws created the black man. The black man didn't create the laws. So these things that are being put forward were basically created specifically for black men.
Mm-hmm.
Laws, I mean, Jim Crow
Right.
laws, voting. Do you know the identification, the fact that you have an ID right now, do you know that that came about because of the black man and his marriage to white women?
Mm.
That is why you have identification right now.
Mm. Okay.
Hey, Harley, I would love to ask you this question. If you remove all of the black inventions from America, where would this country be right now?
Oh, this country would be shit. It.
The
Yeah.
Stone Age, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So all I'm trying to say is that black men have pivotal roles inside this country. Um, Although people feel like we should have feminism, gender wars, division, divestment, black estate, there is no America without a binding black community. And so we can do it, but we have to be prepared to leave this country.
And where you saying go back to Africa?
I don't give a fuck where you're gonna go, but if black people leave this country without our inventions and initiatives, then this country ain't gonna be shit. Meaning this country gonna be conquered. You better be somewhere else when them Chinese and them Russians roll up on this bitch, cause it's over. So black people stand up, black people leave. You got two choices.
Yeah. 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 You either stay in this country or move elsewhere.
Right. But the point is, what I say is that without the black American, this country dies.
Well, yeah, we built this country.
And we continue to keep it running. My point is, without the black American, this country dies. Not saying the European Anglo-Saxon dominance will die. No, they're spread across the globe, but America will be over. And how does that? Could you can't even conceptualize America being reduced to a third world country, could you?
No.
No, but it can happen. It can happen.
Yeah.
See, and you know why it can happen? Black people would have to leave.
Yeah, as a collective.
Yeah, without black people, this country is dead. White people can't protect this place. I'm sorry.
It's been like that for centuries.
400 and some odd years.
Oh, that's why they needed our people to first picking up cotton and tobacco because they couldn't do it themselves. They couldn't do all that
Right,
backbreaking work.
right. But Harley, let's think about the Industrial Revolution, the cotton gin, the harpoon, the air conditioner, Julius Percy, and the fucking chemicals. Let's look at black people like Harley. You go to work, right? If you could go to your job right now and figure something out to make it easy, but still get your paycheck, wouldn't you do it?
Wait, wait,
Right.
say that question again.
If you can go to work right now and make your job easier,
Yeah.
wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, of course.
Right. I call that the cotton gin, the harpoon, air conditioning, fucking soybean products, assembly lines, things that black people created to make life easier so that they wouldn't have to be in a fucking field all day picking cotton.
Right.
So
Hell, we create a whole lot of shit.
the,
We create rock and roll.
I love to tell my sisters this. We created everything that makes life easier. And we lost the rights to that invention, but no one in their right mind could invent something to make their life easier if they wasn't in the field doing the work. So you couldn't have created a cotton gin if you didn't pick cotton.
That is true.
So again, most of these inventions come from slavery and black people saying, we don't need all these people to do this work. I know I have an idea. And that's what we lost.
Yeah, a black person came up with the traffic light. We came up with the gas mask.
Turbine,
Lord.
engines,
Yeah.
internet, Ethernet cables. There's so many things that we came up with. But the point is, we don't capitalize off of it, nor we recognize. But you and I know that these things were created to make our lives easier because without internet, there would still be niggas riding on horses with envelopes in their back pocket, state to state.
Right.
So niggas created a way, and I'm gonna say it like this, to make the internet easier, to make picking cotton easier, to make harvesting corn easier. Niggas created these things, and because they didn't want to do it no more, they'd be like, niggas is lazy. Yes, we are, because we smart. Why the fuck we gonna keep doing the hard labor when I have the mind to create a tool to make it easier for me? Yes, niggas are lazy, because we're smart.
It's funny they say we're lazy, but yet they were too lazy to pick up their own cotton and tobacco. They need other people to do their work
That
for
that is
them.
not true. That is not true. Actually, Harley, they tried it. It's called indentured servants.
Oh yeah, yeah, that,
The
yeah.
Irish people did try to do the work, but they died. So they needed to bring people that can handle it. The Native Americans, they survived partially, but then they died. It was too hard of labor. Them Africans, oh, them niggas survived all of this shit.
Now, if you realize from the beginning during colonization, initially slavery wasn't race based at first.
Mm-mm.
It was blacks and whites alike, as slaves, and then what started to become about race based was the Bacon Rebellion. See, they had to shut that shit down. They didn't want people coming together protesting, so what they did was separate people, make the black slave for life.
And the Irish police.
Yeah.
And to this day, when a cop dies, you have police officers wearing kilts and blowing in bagpipes. To this day.
Mm-hmm.
So that is already an effect of the essence of the separation of slavery. When indentured servants were separated from the negro slave, and white people were giving Irish were given the opportunity to become white in America. Because
Yeah.
remember, Italians, Irish,
Mm-hmm.
and other people were not considered white. If you weren't from the United Kingdom, you weren't white
Nope.
till they designated you that way.
Right. And like Well, if you see blacks that were born free, how that came about was sometimes, well, this was before it became race based. White women and black men got together, procreated, and that's how the free blacks came about as well. And then, yeah, I don't know if a lot of people know that though.
But that would be the mulattoes in Louisiana and the Mulangians in about Virginia, North Carolina mountains. So you're talking about two specific groups from hundreds of years ago. Outside of that, everybody stuck together.
It wasn't always like that because it wasn't race based yet.
It wasn't, but you're talking about the Louisiana.
Now, the Louisiana, now they're a
Before the
product. I'm telling you, they're a product of the opposite, based with white men and black women together.
So when are we finding black men and white women together in history?
This happened
Recently?
before it became racial. See, back then, you know, a white woman could be a white woman could be a denture servant, and so can the black man. But they were seen as equal because back then it was not race based.
And I'm gonna stop you. Actually, back then, you would have to have been a Moreno in order to even have a white woman. If you were a Negro, i.e., slave, in Latin terms, then you didn't have that privilege. So you would have had to have been a Moreno, i.e., Arab, i.e., Muslim, in order to even have sex with a white woman.
Yeah, but I'm talking about this was before it became racially divided and they put all these rules in place that black man should be with a white woman.
That you're talking about 100, 200 years ago. I'm talking 400, 500 years ago. Like 1492 is when this shit started. So the mixing happened. 1492 will tell you how bad the mixing was because the Moors were ran out of Europe because of the mixing.
Yeah, but what I'm talking about, this happened in 1600s.
Exactly. So you're talking about 200 years later. 200 years after the Moors, 200 years after slavery really got embedded here, and slave masters mixing with women and buck breaking, you're talking all of that. And I get that. But when you get to the 1600s, Black Americans were not enslaved, they were created. You do understand that part, right? Like we were bred to be who we are. That's why we are the best basketball, football, golf, or the best players of every sport because we were bred this way.
It's part of DNA.
No. They took the biggest and the strongest man and the biggest and the strongest woman, made them have sex and had the babies, and the rest of them they didn't do that for. That's what buck breaking is about. That's what the buck was. You know what I mean? That's what the great mammy was. Like, you know, the one who could have 7, 8, 12, 13 children. I don't know what family you come from, but my grandmother has 7, 8 brothers and sisters.
Well, back then, you know, our grandparents and our great grandparents, they was having multiple kids.
Right. They were bred that way, which is they were bred to have multiple children, like pigs in a farm or horses or some other shit. We are bred to have multiple children, like animals. That's what they did to us.
Yeah, because they wanted to have as many slaves working as possible. So they had they made black women have multiple kids.
They put the biggest man and the biggest woman together to have the strongest, biggest child slave nigga that they can have.
Right.
I mean, I'm not sugar. I don't want to sugarcoat it, but that's the way they did it.
Hey,
And
Phantom.
so, what's funny is that as a people, as Americans, we now don't have that structure anymore. So what are we doing? The same thing they did, having 1 to 2 child. While Mexicans or Latinos are having 5 and or more.
I'll say this. I'll say this. I don't. This is just my. This is my opinion. I don't think. I think you should, if you, as long as you're capable of taking care of multiple kids, fine. But like, I don't think it's smart to be having multiple kids and you're like barely taking care of them. I mean,
I'm going to tell you where you're wrong. Now, in the Mexican community, they will have one singular house, 5 families, and everyone takes care of their children. Black people actually created the motto. It takes a village to raise a child. They actually adhere to the motto, and then they all live in a house. Then they buy another house. Then they buy another house to the point where they get where all of the families that were in the initial house all own their own houses. Find me a nigga community that does that.
mm. Well, yeah, that is true. Raise a village and that whole shebang.
Right.
Can y'all hear me?
So we talk that it takes a village to raise a child. However, they build villages with their children.
Can
So
y'all
we
hear me?
can talk all the shit we want to, but they're doing the work.
You was about to say something, Phantom?
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say something about that last point. You saying that black people having a lot of kids as a result of slavery. I disagree because in Africa, that's that's an important thing is to have, children. And Africa got one of the largest youth populations in the world right now, as far as age demographics is concerned. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh
Yeah,
no, no, that is an actual fact. What you just
yeah,
said.
that is true.
But I'm going to bring it back to how we are as African Americans. We are a bred people. And I'm trying to tell you that they literally bred us to be the best and the strongest peoples to work their fields. You feel me? Like they literally practice Darwin with African Americans. Africans have the youngest generation because they just have more children. But we are bred to be the strongest, the fastest, the fucking more mentally dynamic. You're not getting inventions like you get out of America from Africa. You're not getting sports like you get out of America from Africa. You're not getting any of these genetic strong points from any other nation with black people that you'll get out of America, specifically because they genetically modified us before they even had genetic modifications. They just bred us strongest to the strongest, biggest to the biggest.
I
So
don't
now
I
you
don't
have
disagree
seven
with
foot
that,
niggas running around right now.
but feel me real quick. Feel me
I
real
feel
quick.
you.
I don't disagree with that at all. But what you're saying is that what part of what you're saying is right, and then the other side is that it's innate, right? Because peep game. Let's go to Naomi Osaka, right? Half Japanese, half Haitian. Where do you think those talents come from to be able to move like that and to be that athletic? Her Japanese side or her Haitian side? Haiti didn't have no real breeding program like you discussed it like that going on there. If some of that is innate and it can be bred to be more prevalent, you see what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it can be natural and then you see those natural traits and you breed to propagate those natural traits more and more.
How long
So
have you studied history to the point where you? How much Japanese history do you know?
Enough.
Enough to know that the first samurai was what?
Black.
So Asaka or Naomi is tuning into her roots from what?
Being
Africa.
black.
Right.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
all she's doing is tuning into her own roots, bro. And she's still not dominant because Serena bleach skin is better.
I
Mm.
think she just beat her recently.
She did, but Serena's
Yeah.
old. Hey,
Right.
nigga. T-
I mean,
No,
the
Serena was in
Naomi
her
was in her
T'Challa,
prime, like
prime.
around that
Serena's
girl's
old.
age.
T'Challa,
You know.
T'Challa would have got his ass whooped by T'Chaka. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. The old Black Panther would have got his ass whooped by the new one. Cause he old. Old niggas can't keep up like that no more. I'm old.
Right.
I ain't fucking with you young niggas. I'ma pop you. You feel me? I gotta slow you down. I ain't stupid. So let's look at it as wisdom comes with age. Asaka is on her mission, but she still couldn't be Serena on some aggressive shit. But you know what? You're right. She's channeling some energies. Her Japanese, her African. She's
Right.
channeling the energy. And you know what? I keep telling people like RBR that we should keep combining our genetics because the more we bind these together, like African, Russian, fucking Yugoslavian, the more we bind these genetics, the safer we get as a people when it comes to diseases and things like that. But we also become stronger.
True. True.
So
Yeah.
I'm a proponent of the. Let me tell you something. I have sickle cell trait, so I can walk into the jungle for you guys, right? Like, say we go on a mission, and you be like, the jungle's got malaria. I can't go there. I can walk into the jungle with the malaria and go further than you can because it's not gonna kill me. I got sickle cell trait. It might kill you if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Genetic fucking progress. Why do people fear that shit?
Check it out. I'm explaining to you right now because more people are concerned with phenotype than genotype.
Mm.
If y'all know what that means, you should understand what I'm trying to say.
Skin versus blood.
Exactly. You got a large portion of the population across the world, be they Chinese, Japanese, white, uh, different races, that they're concerned about looking lighter skin. They would be more concerned about having hybrid vigor and being able to survive into the future. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
That
true.
is true.
I tell you what, before I get up out of here, because I'm like just loafing. But I figure we look at things the wrong way. We can all skin folk and kin folk, right? But genetically, we should be looking at how to enhance our people, how to be more protected genetically and more protected mentally. So I come from a different school of thought. I come from a very older school of thought, but I still look at what everybody's saying as something positive. You know what I mean? Like, I get where people come from when they're talking about, racial divides or racial unification. But genetically, I gotta always stand with the genetics. And genetically, some of us can survive, some of us won't. And that is the way the world works.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Genetics is way important than phenotype, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me just pitch in on the topic tonight. Now, what I am gonna say is that I feel like as black females, whether they are little girls and women, I feel like that whole stereotype, like, oh, we have to be independent, we have to be strong, like we have to not show
us crying or, being very dependent. We were just programmed like this, and we still is. And at this point, I feel like we should have our own movement and we focus and get back into our feminine side of things. You know what I mean? But, it goes back to like white supremacy and all of that shit, and just propaganda,
Yeah,
you
girl, I
know?
hate that. Like, as black women, we should be able to have a variety of emotions. I'm so sick of that whole, oh, I'm a strong black woman. No, sometimes I'm not okay. Sometimes I need a shoulder to cry on.
Let me tell you something,
Can
and I'm
I ask
glad
y'all
you
a
said
question?
that because when I was in high school, like I would say my senior year was like the worst. I was just fucking up. And I was dealing with a lot of shit, but I never really shown it. And everybody was like, damn, you strong. How the fuck did you deal with this? It's like, it's not about me being strong. It's like, y'all don't know what I do when I go back home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I break down and start getting emotional or if I, get upset, like get angry and shit. Like, y'all don't understand. It ain't about me being strong. I just
So,
know how to handle it.
so can I
Did you
ask y'all a
know?
question? Can I ask y'all a question?
What?
Yeah.
With divestment, swirling, elevating, and removing yourself from Blackistan, what do you think young black boys should do?
Shit. Honestly, I think that young black boys should be able to get inside of their masculinity. And then also, on top of that, I feel like they need to be, they should be around proud male, counterparts, like a male figure, whether if it's their father, their uncle, somebody that is of good stock that could teach them everything that they need to know before they become a grown man. That's
And
how
I
I feel.
understand. No, no, and you're completely right. But I can teach them everything they need to know. But the women are now telling us that they want to divest, they want to swirl, they want to leave Blackistan. So, what is the little black boy to do when all the women, old and young, don't want to date them?
They're
Hmm.
gonna feel some type of way, and they're gonna follow what their mom is doing and go divest and do the exact opposite. You know what I'm saying? Or
No, 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 no.
they're
I don't
just
think
like,
you're not listening to my question. I
oh,
want you to listen to my question. With the guidance that you've received from all of the women, right? And they tell
okay.
you that you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. This is the wrong way to go. If men are doing the same thing, why do you think that they should be beholden to black women?
Shit. I guess it's that thing where it's just the obligation. Like you have
Right.
to be with
So
them,
so
basically.
so for us it's an obligation that we should stand whole and be with black women, but y'all are allowed to have spaces where you divest, where you swirl, where you leave Blackistan and all these other things. But black men are supposed to stay here and be with y'all. Is that what I'm hearing?
Shit, that's what it looked like. I've seen some of these females who does that. That's what it seems like, and it's just a double standard thing. It's like, for instance, I do not like Tommy, but it's certain things that he say I can't agree on a neutral standpoint. But if I can understand that, and I can understand what this female is saying about divesting, you can't have a double standard. You can't say, "Oh, y'all can't do that, but we can have our own spaces." I feel like
So
either they gonna do the
what
same
are
thing or
what
something
are
just have to
what
change.
are young black boys to do? My question is, with all of these different platforms and these women with their spaces, why is it wrong for little black boys to date outside of their race?
Oh, so you finally got to the point. I was waiting for that. Nigga, you took a while to get there, but you got there. I knew this was like, what's wrong with interracial dating? But
No,
keep
no, it's
going
not.
though. So
I really don't care.
No, it's a deep rooted issue though. It's a deep rooted
The
issue.
point. The
it is a
point
deeper
is, I
issue,
don't think
but
it's anything
it's a
wrong with it.
false.
I think the problem is that people find something wrong with it when it's black men, but find it to be championed when it's black women. So I'm gonna have something to say about that.
That I don't think that's fair because what
Why?
the situation is that black men are always gonna be desired. You feel what I'm saying? Like pretty much in every
I
corner of the
agree,
world, you drop
BS.
a nigga off, he's gonna be desirable to some female. Not
Right.
every black woman can make that claim. You feel me?
But
Like you
while
can't
we
tell
are
me black women want
desired, my brother, and we
right.
can have a multitude of women, when we do that, we are chastised. However, when the black woman finds a man of non-black origin, she is praised.
Can I
So
say something
while
real
we
quick?
chastise, though
Oh,
desired, and they're
what you say, Freddie?
praised, though not.
What you say, Freddie?
How did you guys get on race? Isn't the
Oh,
topic
everything
feminism?
is race, nigga. The fuck you talking about?
Yes.
Caribbean ass back to the motherfucking bushes and sticks. You know it's about race, goddamn it.
I got a
Everything is
question,
about
Rolly.
race.
Yeah.
The topic is
Explain.
feminism, right? Feminism, right? Do you believe that you should pay for your own food on every single date?
I do.
Me
I
too. I
think it
do
should
too.
be 50-50, or like if the male is gonna pay for the meal, the woman gotta pay for something else. Like if y'all going out on a movie and the man has
Right.
already ordered dinner, you need to get the tickets, you need to get the
Bitch, you
popcorn,
are
the
the
pop,
Exactly.
lobster
Yeah.
all of
tail.
All right,
that shit.
check it out.
It's
I'm a
50-50
counter
with
that real
me.
quick. I
I believe
agree.
that. I believe that too, Talia. I believe
I
all women
agree
shall
and I
open the doors.
disagree at the same time because check it out. What if you go back to the caveman days? If you go back to the lion rules, you know what I'm saying? The big
The
male
black man
lion
was
takes
never a
down.
caveman.
No, I'm saying, but old days, let's say that
The
hunter
black man was
gatherer. What
never a
would the men
caveman.
do? What would the men do in hunter gathering societies? Go get the food. You feel what I'm saying? So you can play both ways, and you know what I'm saying. Modern society, yeah, maybe you should pay because the economy's all fucked up. So yeah, 50-50 on that shit.
Right, and this is the thing. Some of these females who do go on these divested things, like Cynthia G's bald headed ass. I'm gonna tell you, this girl think that the men should pay for everything for a woman. Whether I can agree and disagree with that. I was raised to go 50-50. I seen my mom and my dad split the bills, split the everything. If this person got it, don't worry, I got this. You know what I'm saying? Like you just want to be pampered, be at home, and just be, that one housewife. And it's like, I mean, shit. If you could find a rich motherfucker, who sits on his ass too, I guess. But if we're thinking like in reality, a person that's either in middle class or maybe, they could, they don't have a really good job and shit like that, not making six figures. I feel like you should just be realistic and be like, okay, I need to go half and half with you, because I don't want you running out of resources while I have all of this, right here. You know what I'm saying? I just was not raised like that.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
feel like say you went out to dinner and the guy pays, I feel a woman should tip. I mean,
Let's
Right.
represent the
yeah.
pretty black girls.
That's fair as fuck.
Let's represent that.
Yep, that is fair.
Let's represent the pretty, pretty, pretty brown black girls.
Black girls rock.
Yeah. And then, hello, my name is Eva. I'm Eva.
What's up, Eva? How you doing? I haven't heard from you in a while.
You know what? I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because I'm like this. The dark skinned girls represent the pretty girl eye. You know, and, you know what? I almost snorted. So so hey, I just want to let y'all know the pretty brown girls rock this shit.
Right.
All shades of black women rock, god damn it.
Oh my god!
So
But yeah, that's
let
one
me
thing I
ask.
did wanted to say though too. Like we could talk about how white women, they could be seen as feminine or they the only face of feminism and all of that stuff, right? But
Yeah,
this is one
do
thing
that
that we
shit.
need
Do
to
that shit, girl.
this
Do
is
that
one thing
shit.
that we need to check. You know, how come black women that's of darker hue is seen more masculine than the ones that are a lighter hue? Well, we all know women have their own, you know, type of like feminine and masculine energy. You know, how the fuck you gonna sit over here and tell me that a darker skinned woman is seen as masculine? Well, we all know that's not
That
even
is
the
so
case at
true.
all.
That is so true. Cause what I know about these what they call uh white men.
I heard Tommy. Yo, Talia.
Uh-huh.
I heard Tommy answer that once.
You right. You right about
Oh
that,
yeah.
Queen Fire.
Yeah,
You
I
right
heard.
about that.
You want the answer?
Yeah.
Tommy said that black is a masculine color. He said black only looks good on men. He said black
Hmm.
women are ugly. It's a masculine color. What do you think?
That's crazy to me.
That's
That's
very
what he said.
biased though, because you know it's crazy. Because I know plenty of females who look like men or masculine and they lighter than me, and seen the most feminine looking females that was darker than me too. So it's like,
I don't know,
I
That
mean,
is so
shit,
true.
you can't really. It's kind of
That
like
is so
a
true.
bias statement that he made. You know.
And
but
but the thing
I
of it
don't know.
is, Queen Fire, you you represent dark skin. You represent dark skin flavor.
Right.
You represent that.
Right. It's like it's funny to me, and it's just it goes back to like slavery. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It goes
Mm-hmm.
back. The darker you are, the more masculine or testosterone that you got.
Everything goes back to slavery, and during slavery, you know, they had the light skinned people work in the house, and they had the dark skinned people work in the field.
Right. It's just crazy. For real.
There's even colorism in other groups of people, like the Asians, like
Definitely in the Hispanic community.
yeah, Hispanic
Man, I'm
community.
telling you, it's this one nigga that looked like a black dude talking about uh I'm half this and I'm half that. It's like, dude, they not accepting you. You can't go into a motherfucking brown pride parade, you know what I mean, or a fucking meeting and say I'm part of you. They will look at you like, if you don't get your black motherfucking ass up out of here and go to the
Mm-mm.
black community.
I'm like, I'm I'm. Oh God. You know
Mm-mm.
what? You know what?
For
Y'all about to bring out the devil in me.
It's crazy. But yeah, colorism, it do
Yeah,
happen. It
y'all
happens all across the
about to
board.
bring out the devil in me.
And in the
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Asian community, they believe that if you work inside, then you're wealthy, and if you work outside, then you're poor.
Right. Yeah, that's called socialism, classism. Is it isms are everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just creates this big
But the
ass
thing of it
division
is, the
towards
dark
everybody.
skinned girls bring out the class, the money, class and money.
Hmm.
So
That's what
tell
dark
me
skinned girls do.
for the ladies, tell me what do you know about the history of feminism, like its roots? What do you know about it?
Shit, all I know is that white women tried to get black women involved into it because basically that whole shit is about them
Yeah,
wanting to have rights over
That's what
black men
Hope tried
because
to do to me.
remember, women could not vote, but
Yeah, that's
black men
what
was able
Hope
to
tried to do
vote
to me.
before them. So they felt like,
Exactly.
I'm above you. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
fight for my rights as a
Oh
woman.
yeah.
And that shit did not go well, so they went to black women for help. And that's
Like that Elizabeth. I don't know if you got. If
Girl,
she was a
girl,
feminist.
oh
That
my god,
Elizabeth the
oh my
Katie
god, oh
person.
my
She was
god.
a fucking racist. That lady.
Mhm.
Hey, Hope, guess what? I am the force to be reckoned with. Cause you need me to do your little trade nigganomics. Nigganomics. New word. Nigganomics. Hey, hey, Hope, don't ever do that shit to me again. Okay? Don't
That's
ever.
right, BS.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Don't
Yeah,
ever
man.
try that nigganomics on me, Hope.
Nah. If you talk about that mullet lady,
Hey,
Johnny Bravo, mullet looking ass motherfucker, I hope you ain't talking about that hoe.
here you
Yeah,
go.
BSC. Yeah, because in India,
Oh my
they skin
goodness.
bleach over there
Why you did that? Why you did that?
because they want to be
That bitch
lighter.
got a huge mullet looking like Billy Ray Cyrus in the face.
Is
Looking ass.
Oh no, you didn't. No,
check
you didn't.
one, two, what is it?
Mm-mm.
Oh
Oh
shit,
my
is that
god, nigga,
motherfucking
you
Aaron?
didn't. Mm-mm.
AMR, what's up, Blake? What's up, player?
Oh, what up, Dub? Long time no see.
I didn't know. I see you all the time, but you know, yeah. I be
Yeah,
watching
it's
you from my
yeah, my
archive.
fish tank in
I'm
the
gonna let y'all
background.
know something right now.
Mm-hmm.
What's
I'm
up, Eva?
going full throttle on Doja Cat.
Hey, Eva, man, you should have been dancing to the live SWV versus Escape shit. You should have been getting it popping to that, man. You would have had mad numbers.
Oh my god.
You see,
Oh
I be playing because I was watching Eva when she was
my god.
she was getting her shit onto the old school shit, but you should have did the SWV.
Nigga no. Nigga no. Nigga no.
Nigga, yes.
No. Nigga no. No.
Look at
No.
my black.
No.
Ain't that
Yeah,
a
No.
BS.
beautiful black
No.
bitch right there?
You a
Look at my face.
sophisticated nigga. V
Nah, I'm not
Dub, you a
sophisticated.
sophisticated nigga.
I know, but look at my beautiful fish.
Okay.
She's sucking the shit out that wall right now.
Did y'all hear about Lil Kim and Foxy Brown supposed to do a versus?
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Hey,
V Dub, V Dub,
I,
V Dub.
I like black women's. That's the girl. That's the girl. She mad big. She about to put. Oh, hey, look, Phantom, Harley.
Mm.
Yeah.
V Dub, you a sophisticated nigga. Get
The
the fuck
shit
out
that
of
go
here.
on in this
No.
sector
Get
is
the
crazy.
hell away from me, nigga.
Here you go, Eva, man. You was doing your thing, man. You need to do more shows like that.
V Dub, you know.
Harley, you need to keep.
What you got beat up?
I'm about to walk away from you, nigga.
Oh, who
I'm
got
about
the
to walk
police
away.
running up on them right now? Y'all niggas is in the wrong area. Listen, Harley, you got to keep cooking Gemini, man. That shit is amazing. I love it.
Oh.
Man, that masculine bitch
Yeah.
Gemini. Now Gemini,
Okay.
there is no exemption with that. That bitch, I swear, she just irritating, man.
I need y'all to keep cooking her because I need more audio files for when I make this documentary. So y'all keep roasting. Let me
That bitch got a thick ass upper lip shit going on. I don't understand it. And she hiding her dark ass eyes from them fucking hats and shit.
she got a fly ass mustache, and I never denied it. That shit is honestly. But the point is, I need y'all to roast her so I can just compilate all this shit. I got more archives. Every time I want to be like, oh, I'm gonna make a movie, more people put a foot in her ass. Hey,
Hmm.
I gotta wait till y'all all done. And then
She just jealous, man. She jealous. She can't get no views on her channel. Only
Yeah.
one or two people watch her.
she got a channel.
Shit, I thought nobody watches her.
Nah, she make videos for real.
Shit, she was trying to.
I
Like
guess.
everybody want to watch her fucking 1 minute live stream. Like, bitch, get the fuck
Oh,
out of here.
she make YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
Funny.
Nah, I like YouTube shorts. They're cool. They're funny. I've been using the shorts, but I haven't found her channel. You know how they be like on YouTube, like people you watch this. You didn't pop up yet. That's fucked up.
It was that one video that popped up in my fucking feed looking for Sweet Gemini. It was way back in the day when she was bald headed. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I got all that shit. I got all the. I got the screenshots of her drinking St. Ives with her grandchildren. I got all that. I ain't worried about that nasty bitch. I'm good. Y'all can have fun with her though.
Shit, I'm definitely am gonna have fun with her. It's just she ain't relevant.
Shit, I said whatever the fuck I had to say. Honestly.
There's only so much you can say to that drunk ass bitch. And I would not invite her into nobody's show. All she gonna do is scream and be drunk. That's it. And she not even really funny when she roasting.
Nah.
Trying to sick dogs on Jiminy. It's like, lady, just stop with all that. I'm gonna beat your ass shit. First of all, she just all mouth.
She only like 5 feet tall. Gemini, a little motherfucker.
She probably 5 foot, 190 or 200 pounds, bad built, big ass stomach, no ass, probably some long titties, just shaped terrible. Ain't nothing attractive about her face either.
So any of y'all just trying to get that COVID vaccine?
Shit, I thought about it. I'm like, I don't know. I'll probably wait until like I hear more good things about it, and I'll just go ahead and just do that.
I already got mine, so
You did?
Yeah.
So hey, check it out.
How did it make you feel?
Did you get the 2 shots or did you get 1 shot? Like,
I got the 2 shots.
Was it Pfizer or Moderna?
Oh, it was a Pfizer.
Okay. Yeah, I'm supposed to get the Moderna.
So how did you feel after you got the shot? Like, any lingering effects? Like, what's the deal?
My eyes did start to like water up a bit. Yeah.
I don't know. If I had to choose to do the vaccine, I want to do that 1 shot, but I heard that it gave you blood clots. I'm like, okay,
girl, I ain't
let's
fucking
just
no Johnson Johnson.
I just need 1 shot so I can get over it.
That's the same company that had cancer in their powder or some shit.
In the baby powder,
yeah.
You know,
I'm good on that.
Shit.
So you're not going to use the Johnson Johnson's baby oil either?
No. Oh anything but Johnson & Johnson.
Right.
But yeah.
But other than that though, like what I was like kind of for me it was like, after I got my shots, they would have me like wait for 15 minutes in this little, corner or whatever to make sure that there's no
effects.
Allergic reaction.
I'm a black girl.
Side effects.
So I'm juicy.
That's crazy. Because if you're supposed to get a shot that's gonna make you feel better, they put you over there to 15 minutes to see if anything will happen to your ass.
And you're supposed to get. I understand you're supposed to get the booster shots too. You gotta get more than. It's gonna be like the booster shot getting every year.
Yeah, no shots for me. I'm cool on all that.
Nah, if it ain't mandatory, I'll hold off on that. Shit. Some people think I'm not going to get the vaccine. I'd much rather get COVID. Because I know a few people who had it, and they said, they had a fever and a runny nose and a cough, but it wasn't nothing bad. It's not like they was damn near dying.
That's me in a nutshell.
I think the shot is going to be worse than the actual COVID, to be honest. That's what it's looking like.
You think that?
Yeah, because
of all them damn chemicals they put in there.
Yeah, because check it out. What they're trying to do, because coronavirus is like the protein with it is already in your body. So if you give somebody a shot to try and protect against that protein, it's gonna be attacking your own body. Your own body's gonna attack itself. So nobody really knows what the long term effects is gonna be because this
Probably
is
gonna mutate your
experimental.
DNA.
Everybody is a lab rat right now who's taking that vaccine because they didn't test it on nothing. They don't know what the fuck it does. It's one
It
big
took them nine
fucking
months to make it though. Now, if it was 5 years later and they came up with this vaccine, and I'm like, you know what? There's no hesitation. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. But since they did it in a short span of time, it's like I'll wait and for the green light and hear good reviews about it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I've been hearing nothing but like shit just looking bad. And then on top of that, it's like it's got this thing called shedding where you get the vaccine and like if you have negative side effects, you can pass that on to the people around you. Like that
Mm.
shit is a trip. Like that's
But this is
really
the thing,
happening.
though. See, when you get the vaccine, it's not going to prevent you from getting corona. What it's doing, it's just preventing you from having to be hospitalized and dealing with the serious shit that comes with it.
But then the counter to that is if you take the vaccine and your ass get hospitalized, then what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing though too. It's a dime a dozen, man. It's like Russian roulette. A motherfucker could take the Johnson and Johnson and be fine. The next motherfucker, they gonna be that bad 1%, but they had bad luck, and they fuck around and damn near die from the shit, or just die. You
Right,
know.
exactly.
Hey, sir, I want you to grease my hair. Look, I'm a dark skinned girl with long hair, no care. So grease my
Right. And
hair.
that's the thing though, Eva. There'll be a light skinned bitch who fat, out of shape, bald headed, fucked up, and they think that a dumb nigga would think, oh, that I gotta hit that,
Oh my god!
which is
Oh my
crazy.
What, just because she light skinned?
Yeah, she got a Judge Mathis teeny weeny afro going on and shit. She looked like Fraggle Rock, you know what I mean? But they still think she bad because she got the complexion for the protection. You know what I'm
my
saying?
god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Hi, sir. How you do? How you do? Hi. Hi.
But yeah,
Hi. What's up with you?
But yeah, I miss doing the shit I used to do pre-COVID, traveling and shit.
Yeah, I don't think that's coming back. This is like gonna be the new normal. I think it's just
right.
gonna get worse from here. You feel me?
Get the fuck out of here!
I think it's
It's
gonna be
gonna
No,
be the
treated
new
like
no,
it's
no,
normal.
no,
old,
no, 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 nigga.
something
No,
to
nigga.
live with.
No, nigga. No, 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 nigga.
Hey,
I know these face masks, they ain't going nowhere anytime soon.
Like, oh my god.
but this is what they're saying. They said like if everyone's like vaccinated, there's no need to wear a mask.
Shit.
They're only telling you to wear a mask still because not everyone's going to get vaccinated at the same time. So that's why they tell you to
Yeah.
still wear your face mask.
Okay, but then check this out. That's unrealistic because you never gonna have 100% of people taking the fucking vaccine. You feel me? Like
It's
that don't
not
make
like
Girl,
a
you
sense.
hundred
playing.
percent of people in the world are Christian. No, there's some that's atheist or, you know, or they just, anti such and such. It's never gonna be that
Right.
full 100%.
And then dig this
Every
here. What if the God I believe in said don't take the motherfucking vaccine? I got
Mm.
an excuse.
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
but but
you lying and you about to burn in hell. You about to burn in hell.
but this
Like,
the thing though, like I
if
don't
you
know, not many people is
okay,
gonna get vaccinated because for
dude,
one, there's
dude,
anti-vaxxers.
dude,
There's
come
certain
here.
people who have underlying health conditions where
Dude,
they can't take it or they're gonna be
dude,
fucked up. And
dude.
three, like there is people that are homeless, people that are in poverty. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's free now, but then
Hey,
once later down the line, they're gonna be charging people for this vaccine.
hey, hey. You know what,
Anti-vaxxers,
sir?
I will never understand. They're against any type of vaccines. I'm like, y'all want to bring back the fucking smallpox? You remember all that shit back?
Shit, if I step on a
No,
rusty ass nail and it been 7 or 8 years since I had a fucking vaccination for fucking
nigga.
tetanus, of
No,
course I'm gonna
nigga.
take the shot. I
No,
ain't trying to get
nigga.
no fucking
No, nigga.
lockjaw.
No, nigga.
Exactly.
Shit.
Nigga. Nigga, no. Look.
And the
Hey,
fucking
look.
polio, like y'all want to bring back the polio
Polio,
too?
oh no.
But check it out
No.
though. Let me break it down real
I
quick.
can't
Okay,
believe you did this shit. I
the
can't believe you
vaccines
did
from
this
back
shit.
in the day
I
aren't the
can't.
same what we got now, right? The vaccines that they actually giving kids for polio is actually causing them to get polio. You see what I'm
We'll
saying?
wind it
Like,
out. Wind it
so
out.
you like, I would say going into the future, don't
Yeah.
take what they trying to give you for free. If anybody trying to shoot you up with something for free, don't motherfucking trust it. That's all I'm saying.
Mm. Really? How?
I mean, I feel maybe they just, allowing people to get that vaccine for free because, I mean, shit, who wants to get COVID? Who wants to die from that serious shit?
Okay, but then check it out. Wasn't there, remember a couple years ago, that Ebola scare that we had? Ebola is more serious than motherfucking COVID. There wasn't this whole push to, oh, we all got to get an Ebola vaccine. You see what I'm saying? So
But
I
see, it
think
was
that,
a pandemic though. That's different.
well, they were
It was,
hyping it up like it was.
but see, it was a pandemic though. It was just affecting certain regions.
You know
What
what?
I'm
That it's strange for me to say that you are using black girls to chip chat on strange situations. So word it out right.
Word out right.
Word it out right.
About what?
Okay. You know what? A. Tommy, OJ, L. Dot, and all these other motherfuckers.
Did you say OJ?
Yes.
O.J. Simpson.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
O.J. Simpson. What did he do to you?
Yeah, what OJ got to, what the juice got to do
I
with
thought
me?
he was out of prison, and I thought he was out of prison, and now he,
Like, I'm not being like, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm being calm, cool, and collective. So let me bow down to this shit, okay? What I do know is that for other dark skinned motherfuckers that be on that OJ dumb shit, dumb Kurt Cook, all that shit. This is what I'm saying.
I have no idea what the fuck is going on right now.
Okay. You know what? Okay. You know what? Okay. You know what? Hi, Harley Quinn.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. In yourself?
Yeah, thank you. You know, thank you. I'm if I don't understand it, I'm about to shut the fuck up. That's all I got to
Okay,
say.
so Harley, tell me why you pro vaccine. What do you like this vaccine in particular? What do you support about it?
This is the thing. I don't think anyone should just jump on something without seeing how it goes for others. But I mean, it's like, if it's your choice if you don't want to get the vaccine. But the way I'm like looking at it, I just don't. I just if I'm gonna get COVID, I'd rather just deal with the mild symptoms. I don't want to see one thing about it with COVID. You don't know how it's gonna impact you because it impacts people differently. Some people get the mild case of it, and some people get the serious case of it to the point they can't breathe and they hospitalized on death's bed.
Well, I don't disagree with that, but like if you got the proper minerals and vitamins in your body, it's gonna be hard for any virus to replicate. So I mean, so long as you taking care of yourself, taking multivitamins, eating relatively well, you'll be able to defeat a virus like this. Because you got to remember, they tried to put it under the rug what the shit really came from, saying it came from bats in China. No, that's a bunch of motherfucking bullshit. It was made in a lab in America. They shipped it over to China, let them put it in their lab. It got out because the Chinese don't give a fuck about safety regulations and having motherfucking pandemic viruses not
The
escaping from
thing of
their
it is, you disrespecting black
laboratories
women.
and shit.
You disrespecting
So
black women. That that
yeah.
that that's
So
just
like
so
I was saying,
disrespectful.
so when
That's just so
that
mean.
got out, the situation totally
Why?
changed
Y'all
for the
black men got the
whole
nerve to
world, right?
be disrespectful and mean to black women. That's all I want to know.
I don't know, ask L dot. But like I was saying, so that came
Yeah,
out of
no,
a
no,
laboratory, right?
no. See,
It didn't come from no bat, period.
okay. You know what?
You see
SARS
what I'm
come
saying?
from the corona as well.
No, no,
Again,
no,
from
no,
China.
no, 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 no. See, see, now you fucked up. You fucked up. So why do you feel the need to disrespect black women in that order?
You feel Phantom's being disrespectful?
You know, you,
Hey, you watching another panel?
I'm on this panel.
Oh,
I'm so tasty and so juicy. So why are you being so disrespectful to me?
Who?
Why are you being so disrespectful to me? So because I'm so juicy to you. Mm-mm.
I mean,
I'm lost.
Me too.
yeah, we lost in the evil sauce. But AMR, how long ago was it that you took it? Like, how long has it been?
I think it was what was it? On the 4th, which
You
was
know
my
Okay,
what?
second.
You know what, sir,
so just a couple days then.
sir,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
sir, sir. I have not been disrespectful to you, sir. Hi. So rewind it again.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get the Moderna vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why do you think you need that?
Cause I okay, what they're doing now. They're like say if you go to a concert, you have to have like a fucking vaccine what you call it, fucking card or
Vaccine
something that
passport?
shows proof that you got the vaccine.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Okay. You know what? You're right, Holly Coin. You're right.
But is that
Mhm.
is that worth it though? Like, is it worth getting the vaccine to just go to a concert? Like, is it worth it?
Oh shit, I miss doing things I used to do.
Oh shit, that shit sound like a real hustle. So they get you to take something so you can have freedom again. Ain't that some shit?
But what you think we should do? What? Just take fucking like minerals and shit and hope for the best?
Well, no. What I'm saying is that that's a virus. Any virus is going. If your body's healthy, it's not going to be able to replicate like that. You see what I'm saying? So if you have a situation where you saying that I have to take something in order to be protected from this virus, but at the same time you say it's not going to protect you from the virus, then what the fuck is this shit? Because if they say you're gonna have to keep taking vaccines, when is it gonna end? You're just gonna be a fucking getting shot up with shit for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the thing is, it's not going to prevent us from getting corona. It's just going to prevent us from being hospitalized and getting serious symptoms. That's all it's going to do.
But like, I don't know if it was you or Talia who said it earlier that they talked to people who had it and they just said they had a headache, got a little fever and a runny nose, and then they got over it. You see what I'm saying?
But yeah, that's depends on how it affects you. It affects people differently with the COVID. You can't just get the mild case, and in other cases, people. I mean, there's people that died from it, end up being hospitalized. I mean, the reason why they came on the vaccine, they just want to cut back on people being hospitalized. That's going to crumble the healthcare system if everyone's being hospitalized.
Well, that's the thing about that, because the healthcare system has already crumbled with this shit. Because you have people who had to go in for their chronic conditions and needed surgeries and shit like that, and they weren't doing that for people. They were saying, "Oh, COVID, COVID, COVID," and then not even all the time people would be coming in with COVID and having that, but they were still just pushing that. So I think this is more of an agenda than anything else. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I think this is a game. This is a hustle.
Mhm.
You know what? I'm not gonna front. I love a black man body. You know what? Um, um, I just love a woman body. That's all.
Harley, don't
Yeah.
get
Oh
the
shit! Damn,
vaccine.
that's loud.
Hey,
So what?
hey,
I
hey,
said,
hey, hey,
don't get the vaccine. You
hey,
heard it here first.
hey.
Don't get it.
Calm that
You
down.
don't want me to get the
Calm that down.
vaccine?
No,
Calm
not
it
at all.
down.
If you do,
Hey,
and I
hey,
come back here and I find out, I'm never getting on the panel again. Swear to God.
hey! But one of y'all was talking about the COVID deaths and shit. So I had a best friend and my brother died, right? But my best friend went into the hospital, caught a
Yeah.
blood clot, and they had the non-resuscitation order. So immediately they let him die. But my
Sorry to hear
brother,
that.
but my
Ain't nothing.
brother, right? He died in the house, so there wasn't even the opportunity for the non-resuscitation. It was just like he dead. This nigga ain't even getting the autopsy. We burying him. Like that's how my brother went down. But my best friend was in the hospital type shit. So that COVID shit is scary. But what you were saying is that a lot of people are being diagnosed with COVID, and it's not COVID.
Okay.
Right. That too.
Oh, yes.
They're telling us that if you get shot in the head, right, and you end up in the morgue, and they test you positive for COVID, you're gonna be diagnosed with COVID as your death. And who the fuck is eating Reese's Pieces right
Yeah,
now?
who's that? You know,
That's evil.
mute yourself, Eva.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh shit.
Oh my God. 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 Oh my God.
Okay.
Anywho, my phone about to die, man. Y'all have a good night. I'll catch y'all in the chat.
Okay.
For sure, dog.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, but what he was saying was right though. Like a lot of these COVID cases aren't even really COVID cases. Like there's other shit that they're misdiagnosing as COVID and doing it intentionally.
Yeah.
Like blatantly trying to kill off the population. Whatever it is, off the population.
You know what? And to dive deeper into that, uh, Bill Gates has been trying to do that, come up with a scheme for that for a long motherfucking time. And didn't he just get divorced? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
What does Melinda know? You feel me? She might know some things.
Yeah, oh yeah. Shoot, she gonna come, man. She gonna come out and confess, everything that what he been thinking. How up he would be all night, and from the time he wakes up in the morning, and all this stuff is just gonna come out.
Right, because check it out. This came out in the newspapers just recently. She was upset that he used to hang out with Epstein. And what Epstein was really doing with all that child sex trafficking and shit was getting scientists compromised so he can have them under his thumb for other people above him to be using those scientists. That's what he was doing out there.
Yeah.
So that came out recently. She was pissed about that, but we ain't never know. But it came out now. Yeah, Bill Gates was hanging out with motherfucking Jeffrey Epstein. Hell yeah.
And you know what? And Harley, I know this is probably probably a different topic, but would that go against again the saying of of the masses saying that money can buy you happiness, but then at the same time, and you hear stories like this, something else says otherwise.
Oh wait, say that again.
I was saying that does it go against the naysayers who may say that money can still buy you happiness, but when you hear a story about Bill and Melinda Gates getting a divorce, are you still happy? Are you still happy now?
Just because you have money don't mean you're gonna be exempt from bullshit. Money only just gives you security. Money doesn't make someone automatically happy. Because if money was the root of happiness, you wouldn't see some of these rich people offing themselves. Because it doesn't buy you happiness. It gives you security, but not happiness. Happiness comes from within.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure, for sure.
And I'm not necessarily, again, a counselor either, but there's just, again, a lot of things that, again, that gets thrown at us out there, and we're just supposed to take it as the gospel truth without doing any really deep soul due diligence. Like we're just supposed to accept it. Just accept that, again, you're at where you're at. Like depending on the situation and the scenario. Well, I can't necessarily for the life of me, again, jeopardize my morals and my high value of, integrity just to, to try to get in where I can fit in and be a part of a crowd that I know that doesn't necessarily appreciate me or give me something back in return. I just can't.
You should never want to go against your belief and your morals and all of that.
Right. But then check this out. How will beliefs and morals learn? By being around other people as you grow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that right there becomes like that, first center, whether that generational curse and then it just maybe takes that one or that particular two to step out and break out of that. It's like a family curse, you know. You just get these, you know, this previous generation of family members just so fucked up, and then they create and have more, you know, breed more children in the world to think like they do up until they may have kids, and then they step out. It's like, you know what, this cycle will be broken.
Mm.
Nowadays it's pretty hard to find, and I can relate to that because hell, I'm a prime example of that. Matter of fact, for the very first time, I actually saw a picture of my grandpa on my dad's side, and I'm looking at him, and him and my dad don't look alike at all.
That'd be
At
like
all.
that.
It's like yeah, I resemble him more than he resembles him because he was the one that was athletic. He was a runner, uh, you know, fairly decent shape. And this, you know, he had that, you know, facial, you know, jaw structure that just stood out from everybody else, even members of his own family. I just, it's like, you know, again, he's a runner, but me, I hate running. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Yeah, I hate running.
You hate running.
Yeah, I hate running.
Are you athletic? Do you like, I don't know, playing sports? Or...
Well, I did play basketball as a fifth grader, and I also did I did some wrestling in high school, and then I dabbled into the martial arts.
Okay.
And even running then, I mean, yeah, you had to run in order to like cut weight and stuff and do other things, but I just kind of had this, you know, this just my mindset always thinking on the negative when it came to running. Like I feel like my knee is gonna pop out. But
Running's
but
good for
no,
you.
no, yeah, it is good for cardio. But I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all ever, and I'm not saying this happened to me, but I don't know if y'all know anybody if they ever had their like Achilles torn and running is their thing, they're never the same afterwards.
Yeah, that's a major injury if you doing any type of athleticism that involves your feet. Yeah,
Oh,
that's almost a career ender right there.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, no, but I did want to touch on, you know, again, a little bit on what I think about, you know, again, on the feminism topic.
Yeah.
And my take on it is, for one, I really don't think that it was necessarily meant for black people to, or black women, and I say that with the utmost respect, that for them to just hop on, you know, again, you know, everybody's saying that, you know, oh, well, we want equal rights. Well, oh, we're standing up for women. It's like, well, explain that to me. And we pay attention to that one particular, you know, person, that Gloria Steinem, yeah, because she was the main one that, and you can say, oh well, feminism kind of took place way before, earlier, before Gloria Steinem took over, but she just became the
The face of it.
yeah, the face of it.
CIA
It's
agent, by the way. CIA, she the
right.
Fed.
Yeah, and that was where, you know, again, like why I have a deep disdain for the CIA and the FBI and hell, even these PDs, because they were some, you know, because again, they were responsible for also having our leaders killed. and infiltrated.
That too.
And at the same, and you even had and it's like how did we go from again from the civil rights movement to the 1970s, where all of a sudden black men are being the most oppressive men in the world? I'm like, huh? Hell no,
What
they can't.
what you mean by that? Elaborate on that.
Oh, I meant that being when they say, "Oh, black men are oppressing people," not being oppressed, but like when it came to the feminist movement, like because the arguments that I was hearing about how the main reason why again the women again the women on our women went over there because in the thinking that they had more in common with Gloria Steinem since their men were being oppressive, so that for we were being also the ones oppressing women, and it's like no.
Right. Well, what I would say to that is that if you take it back to, let's say, the Jim Crow era, right? You had
Right.
black people totally separate, doing their own thing, not really needing white people, right? They saw that as a motherfucking threat to their hegemony in this country. So they infiltrated and tried to separate black men and black women because that's the foundation of any society is your male and female and child. You feel what I'm saying? So breaking that up was the way to break that threat of having black people become basically it was if niggas had stayed on that track, they would have became a country within a motherfucking country. You feel me? So they couldn't let that happen.
Right. So again, the black family structure becomes attacked, and even still attacked even till this very day you know under greed and ridiculous purposes. And and because it's like and it's like nah, I really don't think that again really like it's like well you want again when they say, oh well, we want equal, well, fair and equal, fair but not equal, or whatever this thing that they're talking about. I look at that as well, well, can it be to where it's like, well, no woman is a no man is above no woman, and no woman is above no man.
Well, that's gender equality. No one's ruling one another.
Yeah, in the
Well,
ideal world, that'd be cool, but take it back to James Brown. This is a man's world. Shit.
well, it's a male dominated society, but that can change. Just like how we as Black people we fought for our rights, despite of being in a white dominant society.
So how so you saying women have to fight for their rights to be equal to men? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But you don't have a dick.
Okay, but okay, I know that, but just because this is the thing. So because we're women, we don't have a right to have a right to have any job we want. We don't have a right to be paid equally for the same job.
Of course. That's
That's what I mean
that's
by that when
a
I say rights. Like,
well, no, you said equality. What I'm saying is that this is always gonna be a society, no matter where you go in the world, how people operate. Somebody's always gonna be looking to get over on the next motherfucker, right? So for women to impose their will on men, it's gonna be a little bit harder than you than you think it would be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be a little bit harder.
How the government's still controlling women's bodies, telling us when and how to have a baby or not. You know, they still debate. They're debating on whether a woman has a right to get an abortion.
Well, you know, okay, let me interject on that somewhere on that point real quick. And the idea of the government, you know, coming in and having something to say when majority of the people who's representing the government probably do the most underhanded, ridiculous things themselves than what they want to acknowledge.
And you know what's so funny? The people that like just flat out against abortion, right? These very same people don't care about kids that's already born. And not only that, they're against the government assisting families, but they claim they care about life. They don't even care about the life that's already here right now.
And that's where, you know, and that's where you get this these fakers of what they portray themselves as being pro-life. It's like, nah, just like,
yeah, you're pro-birth. Yeah, you don't care once the kids are here.
You're a faker. That you only want, you know, and you only want just to, you know, you can have an agenda and a narrative to go on, and people are still gonna whatever invariably buy the snake oil that you're selling.
Let me ask you this, Harley. This is gonna sound like a tripped out question, but it's gonna kind of make sense. Do you think that men who get women pregnant have the right to force them to get an abortion?
No, because the baby is not growing inside them; it's growing inside of the woman.
But check it out. Didn't the man have a hand in creating that?
Yeah, but he's not carrying the child for 9 months. It's not like play like this. Anything happens to the woman happens to the baby. It's not going to happen to the guy. Like if she dies, that baby gonna die. That the mother is giving the baby life, really.
Okay, but what I'm saying is the man still had a hand in creating that.
Yeah, he had a hand, right. But he's not. But that's where it stops. He's not carrying it for 9 months.
Okay, so what I would say is that if men should have more rights in that aspect, because if you say, okay, I don't want to take care of this child, I don't believe that I'm compatible with this woman, it was an accident, whatever. I think the man should be able to go to court and say either she gets an abortion or I don't have to be on child support. I think that should be a right men should have.
Well, there's two options a man can do if they're not ready for fatherhood. There's two options. Protect yourself. And if you don't want to take on responsibility of being a father, relinquish your rights and allow another man to take over.
Right. But if you relinquish your rights, don't you still have to pay child support?
Not necessarily. If you relinquish your rights, you're basically saying you don't want to be responsible. You basically lost all your rights as a father, really.
Well,
if you do that.
You a man, you get somebody pregnant, you might not even know the child exists. She gets a DNA test somehow, proves that it's yours, she can put you on child support.
Yeah, well, I mean, children, this is the thing, children deserve to be taken care of. I mean, they didn't ask to be here.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. A man should be able to say, look, I don't want this responsibility. This was an accident. I don't want to deal with it. Right?
Men do it all the time. You know what? In fact, they'll pay child support, but they won't even have a relationship with their own kid. But they'll pay child support because that's something they have to do.
That's something they have to do, or something that the government forced them to do. You see what I'm
That's what
saying?
I'm saying. They have to do that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
At the barrel of a motherfucking gun. Yeah.
And you know what? And I'm
Situations like that where a guy didn't want nothing to do with the kid, and they still had to pay child support, but they didn't have no type of relationship with the child.
Right. And then
and
so
they was
what
and that was where I heard somebody was actually trying to make that a law because where if a man, again, like a regular everyday regular Joe dude, right? If he somehow, basically hooked up with a woman who already had kids, not necessarily by him, and all it just takes for him to just do like a couple of things, and then all of a sudden they're gonna start putting him on child support unfairly. Like, oh, well, he picked my son or my daughter up from basketball practices or dropped them off somewhere, and this was actually talked about. That's that's what they was actually trying to do to make this law pass, because the government is saying, hey, we're tired of again supporting unwedlock children. And to
I
me, I'm
think
just
that
like, oh, go ahead.
not, no. Finish your thought. Finish your thought.
Yeah, yeah. And to me, it's just like it's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. And I'm looking at this and I'm going, nah, I don't have any children of my own, but this right here will scare the hell out of me.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, if you know you're not ready for fatherhood, you gotta protect you. You gotta protect yourself, because at the end of the day, once you nut in a woman, you have no say what she's gonna do with the child. So it's more so important for a man to think about their future and protect themselves more so, because once you do that, you have no control, no say in nothing.
And that's why I was asking you that question. That's why men should have a say so. Like, okay, this is my woman. I'm a rock with her. You don't even bring it like in the scenario I suggested. You don't even bring it to the court that I want this woman to get an abortion, or I don't want to be responsible for it. You don't even bring that up because this is your chick. You had a baby with her. You rocking with her. Y'all gonna make it work. Now, if shit don't work out, then you should be put on child support because you didn't go there initially and say, I don't want to be responsible. She should get an abortion. If she doesn't get an abortion, I shouldn't be held financially responsible for the child. Like, men should have that initial step, in my opinion, to protect themselves as a secondary measure to what you were saying. You see?
So who's supposed to raise the kids?
What I'm saying is that, okay, let's say a woman gets pregnant, right? A man didn't want her to get pregnant. He should be able to go to the court and say, Your Honor, I don't want to be responsible. She should get an abortion. If she doesn't get an abortion, I will not be held financially responsible.
And that's
Simple.
only. It's gonna be two options. They're gonna. You should have protected yourself, and you should relinquish your rights as a parent.
But what I'm saying is you could still be put on child support. Am I right about that, AMR? Like, you could still be put on child support if you
Yeah,
relinquish your rights?
Oh, oh, oh yeah, yeah. That is definitely true. You're not wrong about that. They're still gonna, of course, they're still gonna find a way to, on the back end, gonna figure out a way to make this man come out of his pockets.
Right.
and another thing, like see, that's another thing. How men get put on child support. Some of these women, they're looking to the government to help them, and the government's telling them, "Well, in order to get our help, you have to put your baby daddy on child support."
And you know what? And that's the thing too. And that was another point. Once you said that about the government, it's like, well, since when has the government ever been on the side of men fairly?
Yeah.
When it comes to kids, hell no, they are not. They are not.
or or hell, I could just be, again, just mind my own business, sitting down drinking a beer, and all of a sudden they hit me with something of, you need to take care of this. There ain't really nothing we can do for you. It's like, women, of course, they're going to be catered to more, more so than men. It's like, yeah, women get pregnant and they could go to Section 8 and file for social services or whatever and not have to worry about nothing until retirement. And taxes is but kind of not out of the question. But if a man in general gets a woman pregnant, of course, that same old tradition of he's got to find a way to provide, no excuses kind of thing. And
Right,
that
right.
is the prime example of the government not showing any favoritism to men, right or wrong.
Mm.
And that goes back to what I was talking about earlier, hustle, because on average, men are always gonna have a higher net worth than women. So that's where the bag is coming from for in the government's eyes. Like if you look at single dads out there, how many of them got females on child support? You can probably count them on your two hands. You feel what I'm saying?
But see, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
the thing. Child support isn't gender based. It's based off your income and depending on the custody arrangement. Like you see people like Halle Berry, she's paying child support.
In
Oh,
that case, how many
yeah.
times
And
does
that
that happen across the country? That's an exception to the rule. You see what I'm saying?
I
meaning
just
like, meaning like regular everyday folks versus people that you see on TV making these millions and billions of dollars.
Right. 9 times out of 10, the man is gonna be put on child support. That's just the reality of the situation.
yeah, because sometimes in some cases a woman is making more than the man. So
And
we
they'll
look at
still put
that
that nigga on
too.
child support. Real talk. You still gotta pay. She makes more than you, but she has full custody. You gotta give her whatever little kibbles and bits you go your ass can scrounge up to give to her. Straight up.
And then another thing, what the courts are looking at, like if they notice a lifestyle they want a child has or whatever, they want the child to have the same lifestyle that they have the one parent and translate to the other parent. They want the child to live however they live from both households. So that's why because I seen like Halle Berry complaining about the child support. It's like, but girl, you laid with him. You knew he made less than you. What did you expect?
Right. Black woman in that case, white man, gotta look at that too.
And
So
I
who's
think that's why she's paying child support because I mean they want the courts want the child to live like what they're accustomed to.
Because I'm pretty sure if the races were reversed, we'd be here in a different situation. A rich ass white woman and a black man, and he had custody or some shit because she was all fucked up and crazy. I don't think that nigga would be getting as much bread out of the courts as, say, the white man who had laid up with Halle Berry.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's
and
just the
that and then
reality.
again that just goes to show, again, like the bias and racial bias that of course, the courts and the government have, again towards, both men and women of color, in these certain situations. And I know somebody's still gonna be quick to say, "Oh, you always No, I'm calling this out because the situation was never fixed. And
Right.
truth be
Justice ain't blind.
told, yeah,
Justice ain't blind. Justice see color. But yeah, go ahead. Finish what you were
yeah,
saying.
yeah. But and at the same time, it's like, again, it's like, and where do you think, again, like if stuff like this, again, continues to happen, it's like, again, more children are going to be brought up into more broken homes instead, again, the two actually sitting down, like, all right, well, we gonna lay up together. Are we gonna build something, or is this just a quick fuck? I fuck you
Mm.
with either pay you to leave or you ain't gotta come out your pockets. But I'm pretty sure y'all get my drift on that.
Right. I got mad respect for the females out there who have a baby with a nigga but won't put them on child support and be like, I'm gonna do it on my own and do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to them. They need some praise and adulation for that. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
And there's women who do that. They raise their kid and don't ever get child support.
Right. And I think those type of females need to be celebrated. And I know there's white women who do it, there's black women who do it, Hispanic, Asian, like, I really two thumbs up on that because it's like you got the state intervening in human reproduction when when you can get the state to impose somebody to take their hard-earned money and give it to somebody else just because they say so. And if you don't, well, we're gonna throw your ass in jail. You can't get a driver's license. You can't leave the country. Like, shit, that's a lot of power to have to do that to somebody, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, y'all.
Yes.
Been a
All
good
right
bill.
then, man.
All right,
Oh yeah.
Phantom.
For sure. Hey, Mom, check you out, man. I really like talking to you. Good dude.
Hey, Phantom, were you also on Brown and Beige's panel once?
Brown and beige. Nah, I don't think I know. I'm familiar.
Oh, okay.
But all right, for sure. I'm gonna leave y'all to it.
All right then, man.
All right, peace.
All right, one.
But yeah, it's definitely like bias between the sexes. Like when it comes to family law, yeah, men do get screwed over big time. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, that again, like men, and even even a fair share of women have been trying to fight for it, making sure that again, like at least there. I mean, there's got to be there's got to be balance, and then if it's not balance, well then what is there to literally to really again just to I don't want to say complain, but just to present a case for when you already is showing where you stand because of you because of how you get down and because of how you feel personally, and it's not necessarily based upon anything that's uh, what's the word I'm looking for, on any real intellect or any real intelligence of what you think will benefit both parties, but would just only benefit one party. Again, it's like a underhand, backhanded diss when they do that to us. And yes, and I'm not discounting the women who don't, because again, they do get the short end of the stick as well. But I don't think they do it much so. Again, even when it comes to black men and black women's issues, um, I still say again, I still say that there's got to be some balance.
Yeah, it has to be balanced, of course. Yeah.
and then again, you know, and again, some of them, that's their mindset is that's what they've been indoctrinated with, and unfortunately, it's not going to necessarily unfold and change overnight. You know, you just got a populace or a population of just bad crop, no planting. So if you want fresh, you know, crop, you have to, you know, replant the seeds, water it, and care for it. You again nurture it, like because again, like how you take care of a garden. So, but yeah,
Right.
yeah, and you know, and another thing, and for me, and of course, you know, again, I don't want to say I'm going to be, you know, again, topic of discussion, but then again, you know, again, like for somebody like me, you know, who is 33, single, and don't have any kids, and still is on the fence on whether if I should have any or not. And then it's like, you know, I see what's going on in the world,
Yeah.
and you're
I don't
just
have
sitting
this
there,
either.
yeah, and you're just sitting there going like, what the hell, then? Like, I can't. Well, it's like I can't bring no innocent life into the world because that could be them or that can be me.
There's so much to
You know,
worry
again,
about nowadays.
yeah, because I didn't got, you know, there's still some things that I still gotta, you know, get done first that I have somewhat become accustomed to. Like I still want to go, yeah. Like, even I myself want to go out and do some more traveling and all that, and shoot hell, like there is a lot of things, but traveling is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
And I think what was it like before January? Yeah, I think what was it in January before the pandemic became a pandemic. I actually took my first trip to Mexico.
Okay. How
Yeah.
did you do that?
Well, where I went to, it was a little tourist spot, and it was yeah Cabo San Lucas, and I tell you again, if you talk about Vegas's nightlife, Cabo will bury Las Vegas nightlife within a heartbeat.
Right.
I kid you not. So again we get there, you know, so again I get there, you know, me and my family we're chilling at this Airbnb, you know, staying at this Airbnb, and we go out and find, you know, again a quick bite to eat, and this is like a little taco hut, and they don't use corn, those crunchy, you know, corn taco shells that we're so used to eating here. They have it. They have the authentic stuff where they use flour. I was milking them for every last, you know, taco carnita that I could find.
Right. Because, like, in America, they Americanize the food. But if you really want some authentic stuff, you go to that country and eat how they
Oh,
eat over
oh yeah,
there.
you gotta get the real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the real thing, and that's the thing too. Like, you know, once you were finished, and you know how sometimes when you eat so much you feel stuffed, or you just go, "Oh, I'm so full, I can't eat no more," and the feeling of it is just so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That wasn't what, you know. That wasn't what I, you know, had to endure while I was over there. You know, it was kind of pleasant, but at the same time, I knew if I couldn't eat anymore, then I wasn't going to eat anymore. But then, you know, again, when the nightlife came, these nightclubs from anything that you wanted. Either if you wanted to watch a game, if you wanted to go dance, if you wanted to do this, you name it. And I couldn't tell you how many times I was always getting approached by someone that was like, "Oh, we have this over here," and so yeah, one dude actually stopped me to let me know he had a weed shop, you know, not too far from where I was. And I'm like, okay, I'll be sure to stop by later on, even though I never did. But they happy but the happy ending at a certain massage parlor. Oh, that'll be for another time. So I just told myself just a little bit about that. Like
Happy
what?
endings.
Yeah, you like what? You experienced one of those? Who hasn't? She was like, "Hey, again, and that's the thing too, though. Like people, again, like because you're doing what they're not willing to step outside their comfort zone. So yet when you tell your story about what you did and what they happened, they always are so quick to judge you. And I'm like, these people don't know what they're talking about. So yeah, they can make all the jokes and the assumptions all they want. Okay, cool.
Right.
But it's like, but I do know one thing though. I ain't stupid enough to put them on camera.
Right.
Like what I got to do that for?
You don't have to you don't feel you have to prove anything.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, so I can tell you, again, I can say that, oh, the happy ending was the Laffy Taffy. They'll never know. but but no, though. But other than that, we again, I ended up staying for a week, and I can't, again, I look forward to going back one of these days, depending on the outcome of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it'd be a different location instead of the same old. I mean, I know I talked about, with someone about, hey, I may end up, again, wanting to take a trip down to Jamaica.
That's the one thing I never done. Travel overseas.
Oh, you definitely missing.
Yeah.
Oh, you definitely missing out.
That's something I
But
always want to do.
yeah, and you know what? It changes your thinking and your thought process while you do it. Because you're not necessarily surrounded by too much. I mean, of course, you're gonna have some not so good experiences over here, but the good is gonna always outweigh the bad. Just my opinion. Um,
Right.
and you
Yeah,
ain't
like
got
you
this.
travel to other places, especially other countries, you're learning the culture. You're in a different environment than what you're accustomed to elsewhere. But you learn a lot though.
Oh yeah, and the thing, and that was what again, what was captivating the most is, um, shoot, hell, we got a chance to even stay at the Cabo Resort and the beach, and again, it was a hotel, and they had a beach slash pool with a bar and grill attached to it. It's like when you ever
Mhm.
look at the Travel Channel and they always have these top 10, top 15, 20 beaches. I'm surprised Cabo didn't make the list.
Mm. Yeah.
I'm just like, hey, well, Well, again, ain't nothing that I wouldn't change for it. Nothing in the world.
Yeah.
Now we'll now we'll continue to eat those taco carnitas.
I love Mexican food.
Oh yeah, yeah, me too. See, and again, and it's no Taco Bell. You know,
Yeah, it's
definitely not a
nothing
Taco.
like Taco Bell.
And you know what? I didn't realize that, again, they were really deep into fish like that.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I noticed they eat a lot of fish over there.
Just like again, the moment that I see somebody like and again, like one of my favorite fishes is cod fillets. And the moment that I see cod cooking and it's fried, I'm just, again, just tempted right now even thinking about a piece of cod fillet. Like you better give it to me.
Right.
Yeah. But you know what? And this is what I've been hearing. Now I don't know how true this is, but I don't know what it is about tilapia that they say, oh, tilapia is bad for you, or some people may say, oh, tilapia is. It's like a mixed review. One
Right.
minute they say, 1 minute they'll say it's bad. Next minute they'll say, oh, it's not bad at all.
I think tilapia is good.
Yeah, yeah, I like the taste of it, but I think I heard that there was like something in it, like a certain chemical.
Oh wow.
But I never really, but I never really felt it. I've always just been on this like, okay, well, if hey, I don't really waste food like that, so if hey, you present it to me, I'm gonna eat it. So
Right.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, though, but I still say, one day, hey, you definitely gonna have to get on out and travel.
Most definitely.
Our recommendation.
There's so many places I want to travel overseas. Not even funny. I want to visit. I want to visit South Korea. I want to visit Nigeria, Ghana.
Yeah.
So many places. UK. Shit, so much. I want to see and sightsee and.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And Harley, I have checked out the last couple of videos you did of you impersonating people.
Enjoy that, huh?
Yeah, that I was like, oh my god, like I'm like, I don't know how she able to do it, but damn. But you gotta go over there doing some more of your impersonations and of a certain someone.
There'll be more to come. I like doing that. Should be funny as
Yeah,
hell.
yeah. Sure, I probably have to go look at what that exact thing. Oh, go ahead.
I just like to have a little fun and shit.
Yeah, too much. Hey, too much fun is if I say so. But I sure, I was there. I was like, man, my stomach was hurt. Like especially how
Right.
you get it on. Like you got these people dial packed or a point, and I'll just be like, oh, I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like when Harley does an impersonation of you.
You know,
I'm like,
you study these people. You study
yeah,
you just study the way they talk and you just study them. You just
yeah.
pick up on shit. You just go with go from there.
There's only one person who did impersonate me though, and I stood there. I was shocked, and I was like, how the hell did he do that? And I know who this dude is. Now I ain't gonna say his name, but oh, I thought I was done. Like I thought that it was over for me. I'm like, how the heck? Like, I'm like, this dude sounded just like me. But I have a southern but I have like this southern accent or this southern twang that kind of intervenes.
Yeah. Right.
And people with southern accents, when you hear them talk, I don't even really, I don't really chime in. I'm just like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I feel you. It's the same for me. If I didn't have this southern dialect, well, I would be just normal.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, though, but this was this was a pretty good topic though. I shoot here. I didn't even think that I was gonna really have something to say. Then just certain things just kept dawning in on me. It's like, nah, just go ahead and get it out. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I like having a variety of topics, Nothing
yeah.
nothing off limits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, and it was like, and I probably would have loved to, again, like jumped on the interracial dating topic too, but someone's watching me who I don't want them to.
Yeah.
And my thing is, I'm like, hell, like, shoot. And even on that, I'm like, nah, love ain't got no color regardless. I'm like, be with whoever makes you happy. And if again, if you're able to find somebody and they make you happy, or even if they treat you right, hey, you have my support hands down. But where it gets, where it gets kind of complicated is where you start really rubbing it in based off of, not so good, emotional responses.
Yeah, like trying to act like this person is better than
because of their ethnicity, because of
yeah.
the skin color, and I'm like, they may be hell. The person that you might with, hey, they may be wonderful, wonderful, nice going folk, sure, but that doesn't mean that they're just gonna be like that, when you're behind closed doors.
Exactly.
How again, yeah, they may present themselves out in the open like there's something else, but behind closed doors, hell, they treating you as bad as I treated Tina, or
They'll ignore certain things because they want a particular ethnicity so bad they'll put up with some certain BS that they know they wouldn't put up if they were in their own race.
Oh yeah. And I'm like, and me, I've had my fair share, again, I've dated out, hell, one of my first ever girlfriends in high school, was a white girl. So, and I didn't necessarily look at that as oh, I'm with her because she is white. It was like, nah, she was interested in me, and that was all that counted. I'm like, if you're interested, cool. If not, then keep it moving. I realize I'm not going to be everyone's flavor of the month, but at the same time, you don't necessarily have to make that particular person who feels about getting that flavor of the month any more worse than what it already is. I'm like, no.
Right. Yeah,
And
at the end of
plus,
the day, just be with whoever makes you happy and bring in positivity in your life. You stick with that person.
oh yeah. But then again though, but hey, but either way, just any type of dating or any type of marriage can just be wrong and stressful.
Yeah, nobody's relationship is perfect.
Nah, far from it, man. And I'm gonna tell you that because here it was like I was with this girl for about 3 years, and then it was things were going good at first, but then it's like I don't know what started to change. All of a sudden, I started getting sicker. I started getting more stressed out. But then the moment that it ended, all of a sudden, I started feeling better.
Right.
And I'm just like, well, damn. Like, I guess, yeah, I'm sitting here thinking that hell, maybe it was all me. Maybe I wasn't doing. But it's like, nah. Only you know what you only you can know what you're not doing and what you are versus having somebody else tell you. Of course, constructive criticism is always going to be there, but if it's not constructive criticism and it's just flat up uh, insulting, how they disguise criticisms as taking cheap shots, and it's like, no, I'm not gonna like, nah, I'm out. You know, like the relationship's over or this interaction is over. Have a good day.
Right.
And another and then also and the thing about it is, and like people they may say, oh, well, it's tough to walk. Yeah, it's tough to walk away, but at the end of the day, it ain't always bad either.
Yeah.
Sometimes walking away from something that is hazardous to your health and to your personal well-being, will do a lot more for you than something that it won't do for you, which is really the opposite of that is really putting your health at risk. And you may not be the same from it ever.
That is
I mean,
true.
hell, even the dude with that what's it? Yeah, Chad Wheeler and his black girlfriend. It's like hell, that right there. It's like I see that in Washington State, which is where I live, so often.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I kind of saw this one coming because number one, um, certain people may present themselves like they want to be heard, they want all the attention, but then behind closed doors, all of that turns into your nightmare on Elm Street or nightmare on my street. And then there's part of me. I mean, even my mom was even she'll tell you like, I mean, and even I would ask her, it's like, so what made you, again, like when did you know it was the time to get out while you could, or you knew there's something good, bad, or indifferent may come out of it. And her thing is like, you know what, hell, like that's what I was prepared. That's what I was always preparing for. Whether
Right.
and again, it's like and even though it's Happy Mother's Day, technically, where I'm at because it's 9:31 p.m. here. I'm not sure what time is it over there on your end. Yeah, I know it's Happy Mother's Day and Happy Mama's Day to all the wonderful moms out there, or soon to be moms.
Yeah, happy mothers to all the mothers out there in the world.
Yeah, it's like it's like and what's funny is and at the same time I'm like I said, this may be probably for a different topic of discussion where again, yeah, you do have certain women that will try to compare themselves to our mothers. And it's like, and then I have to look back and examine, well, what did you do for me that my mother didn't do? I mean, I'm like, it was again, I'm like, well, it wasn't you that was necessarily that had to pick me up, pick my lifeless body up when I thought I was, again, gonna be down for the count and get me to the emergency room on
Right.
three, 4 different occasions.
I don't even know why people say that. Like, no one's bringing up the mama. It's like, no one's trying to date their mother. Nobody don't want to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that was where again, I don't know if someone touched on this earlier, but if not, then I am that it's like, oh well, if you don't like a woman that is the same ethnicity as you hate you. I'm like, no, that's another straw man argument. You're trying to deflect for why you are you a messed up individual. You're a messed up individual because of your circumstances, not because of what others did or have done.
Right.
I tell these women, again, that think like that, like they wouldn't be able to hold a candle to my mom's. I hate to say it, but they just couldn't.
Yeah, and then the dynamic is different. It's like comparing apples to oranges.
Right. And it's like, and my mom was born in, or I probably shouldn't put her age out like there, but she's, getting from that generation where, families from the South were together and stayed together.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, it wasn't perfect, but you, but you still managed to get by. Again, her parents had again, she lost both parents.
Mm.
Around her
Um,
late teens, early 20s.
mm.
Yeah. And it's funny, and even though we may joke about this still, like, what are you gonna do about the rest of your siblings? So I'm like, I'm not gonna do nothing, but they gonna do something because what they going through right now, they just obviously stuck and content where they at. We gonna be all right. And I'm like, yeah, but then it's just like, but some people, I don't know that I may just end up being just probably a lonely person at the end of the day.
Right.
And it's like,
Yeah.
well, I wouldn't necessarily say that. You can say I got people that care about me, but like I don't have no, like that blood kinfolk, relationship like other people may have, and that bond is very tight to where it can never be broken.
Yeah. Everyone's not quote unquote close to their family members.
And the thing about it is that hell, I got friends that treat me better than family members do.
It'd be like that too, honey.
Yeah, and I just be like, like what? And you just be thinking, man, it ain't supposed to be like this. You just be like, nah. I mean, this is your partner. Yeah, you may kick it with them. You may see them every now and then, but it's like just you wouldn't. Again, it's like if you were to get like caught up in a jam to where it's like you may have ended up behind bars mistakenly. like they may have gotten you confused with somebody else, so they took you in for holding purposes. And then you trying to call again. It's like, are you think of your friend to think to call your friend, or are you gonna think to call a family member?
You gonna call who you the most closest to.
Did I say that again?
You're gonna call the person that you're the most closest to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, it's very common.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, I think you kind of going in and out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How I sound right now?
All right, that's good.
Okay. Yeah. This was a
But
nice
yeah, though, but
discussion.
oh yeah, it's probably gonna have to be a part, maybe a part two, or if not, well then hey, again, if it's
Yeah.
something that again that's very interesting, then I'm like, okay, sure,
Right.
I give it a shot. Yeah, but I do appreciate you, having me on.
Likewise.
Right. All righty then. I'll talk to you later.
All right, you too. Have a good night.
I do the same.
Okay. Peace.
Peace.
All right, y'all. Y'all see I'm getting a little sleepy. But I appreciate everyone that came through and like and share my stuff. And my Cash App is $heaven123. And all donations are appreciated, no matter what. And y'all not dusty either. But yeah. Um it was nice talking to you all. Until next time. Peace.